First of all, why do I feel like this is my first time wearing a trench coat in a fall trend predictions video? That doesn't seem right. I feel like that should be like a reoccurring thing every year. It only like feels natural. Second of all, I just looked at the weather. 65 degrees. How can we not talk about fall when it's like this out? And so that's today. Fall trend predictions, things that I think we're going to be seeing everywhere fashionably, and also just things that I really am excited to wear this fall. I have a lot of things that like I've just been itching all summer to wear, actually, and I've kind of been shopping ahead recently for like the next season, and that's been kind of fun because as soon as like we get like a fall weather day, I've been able to wear some of the things that I've been like hoarding through the summer. So anyway, so you know, the past few years I feel like it's been volume, especially skirt wise, as far as like A-line skirts and dresses and things like that, and like the bubble silhouettes and things. And I've been recently seeing a lot of straight skirts, which I never saw myself as someone who would be interested in, but I actually really love the tailored look that it gives. It's like a very structured, I guess more structured than tailored, but I just think like the lack of shape kind of interests me in a way, and I feel like I've been seeing it a lot on the runways, specifically from like Gucci, Sandy Liang, Maison Margiela. Oh my god, this whole vibe right here, it's very industrial feeling and monochrome, and I love that. And again, specifically the silhouettes that are happening here, I'm really loving, and I kind of feel like it's very prep. I actually just saw something today about Pinterest releasing their like fall trend thing from Pinterest for 2025, and I think it had like a lot of classic prep was like one of the top things, preppiness, and I think that the straight skirt kind of goes with that. And again, especially like how I'm thinking of it is very Miu Miu Prada Sandy Liang right now, how it's kind of again with like the button up or layered and kind of keeping it very structured and simple all over, not only in the skirt, and I really like that. And I actually only have like one, I think, straighter skirt, and I also love anything that's super easy to thrift, which a lot of these that I'm talking about today are, but especially the straight skirts. So just something that I've been like peering over at. Another thing that I'll kind of breeze through because I've talked about it I feel like a few times, but hunter boots, I have been seeing them kind of rev up the past few years, but I feel like this is the year that they're gonna kind of be a little bit more all over. And in that same vein, you know, like just like the classic Uggs that are, again, your knee-high length. I've been seeing that a lot lately. I love that. I think it's a really cozy look. I feel like it's a really good way. I actually just saw Courtney Cruz has this where the South End posted it, and she looked so cute, and I loved just like the simplicity that the Ugg brought to it with how cute the rest of it is as well. And also like sweater Uggs I've been seeing a lot of lately, which is something that if I could find those at the thrift store, I feel like I see them all the time, just never my size. That would be ideal. I'm gonna try to limit the amount that I say whims or whimsical, but whims has like an umbrella category, and then things that shoot under it. For me personally, I think whims rather, maybe does it change per person? I don't know. But anything that makes me feel very magical is what I've always said. But I think under that is quirkiness. And I've been seeing a lot of like collar play happening, and specifically like Peter Pan collars and things like this. And you know what actually is really inspiring me under that also, like umbrella, which I feel, okay, hear me out. I've been listening to Audrey Hobart's new album, and I am so obsessed. It has lit a fire under me. I feel like Audrey as a whole and her whole world that she's created and her style also is super inspiring to me right now, because it's like her essence, everything very much so feels whimsical to me. And again, coming from her music that I'm listening to, it just makes me want to dress more fun and personality based kind of. She has this one song and it's like, I like when the blue I love that. And she has this one music video and her outfits in there are very fun. They're vintage feeling, very playful and expressive. And it's something that to me, I really like. And I think it's really inspiring, especially the color play that's going on, like the pattern plays with the stripes, colorful stripes. And like I mentioned, the colorful striping. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of that lately. I've been personally into like a black and white stripe a lot, but I also do love a colorful stripe, a colorful polka dot. I feel like I've been seeing that a lot lately, especially from like a lot of smaller brands. Nina Bo, Blondita Shop, I feel like I reference those a lot, but I feel like their fingers are very much so like on the pulse of what I keep like, I see stem from things like that. A newer thing that I've been seeing lately, specifically really towards the end of summer, that I think is going to continue into, I mean, it's been on the runway definitely, but I feel like I've been seeing like a lot of brands like Damson Matter come out with things like this. But rain bonnets, I love a bonnet. You guys know, like I have like a whole thing full of bonnets right here for like the winter time, and I never crossed my mind that it could be, you know, a fall thing and spring thing with it being waterproof. And I love the idea of that summer too. But I think that's very, like, I've seen things like that from like the 50s that are packaged at like antique shops, and those have always intrigued me, but I've never gotten one and I don't know why. So that, a rain bonnet, but also like a little shawl or rain shawl that can turn into a bonnet. And that's where I'm kind of thinking of Damson Matter. They have this one that it looks like it can go over your head or over your shoulders, and just shoulder play in general, especially like over top of jackets and coats and trench coats. I have been seeing a ton of, specifically like lace details like that. Like See New York has this one. I think it's like a jacket. I don't know if it's attached or not, but it looks so cute. It's just something different that I've been seeing. And I love it because I also think it's a great way to spice up your current jackets. If you can find like a little lace thing or fabric thing to tie around and kind of create your own little, you know, rain bonnet, especially if it is waterproof, that would be great. Another form of plaid, but argyle. Just huge. I feel like, where did I see it? At Old Navy. And that's when I kind of am like, okay, a way that I would love to wear argyle is argyle tights, and also just pattern tights in general. I'm so excited for tight season. It's unbelievable. I'm just like staring. I have like my pink tights sitting here from my last video. I'm so excited. The whole summer I was like, you know, what's stopping me from wearing tights? And then it would be like 80 degrees out at 6 a.m. and I'm like, yeah. Okay, another umbrella category, a texture, fur. I feel like I've been talking about that for a few years now. Like, we have on this channel a lot, and I love that. I love the fur shoe thing. Obviously, I think it's such a great way to draw interest. I love a weird kind of funky footwear piece or shoe, and something that is so high on my radar that I've spent hours dedicated to searching in my size, and I cannot find these Gucci zebra heels that have the little tail on it that is fur. I can't express how fun they are and how much I want them. So if anybody sees them in a size 11 or 12, let me know. I will be purchasing. I did find some, I think they were like around $200 on the Real. They were a smaller size, but if you are like, I think it was like a 6 or 6.5, I'll link them below, but they're so fun and so cute. Also, in the fur family, well, no, this is fur too, a fur tail, like I don't know how I feel. Anyway, Chloe Runway. I saw the fur tails and I was like, okay, interesting. Feels kind of like Puss in Boots to me, and I like that. And I actually have been seeing it a lot off the runway as well, which I just wasn't expecting so soon after. I guess like I started seeing them on the runway and I kind of like put it together in my head, and I keep seeing them and I'm like, I love this. And I just saw this little shawl on Poshmark. I think it's like Vera Wang or something. It was like $700, but it had the exact shape that I'm looking for as far as like shoulder feathers, or no, shoulder fur. I've almost caved and bought like cheap ones online, and I'm just like, no, I want to find like the right one. Okay, I have to move down. Camo jackets. Okay, you guys know I thrifted with you this like green, army green kind of jacket, and I love it so much, and I've been so excited to wear it. And I think when Copenhagen Fashion Week was happening, I was like, I'm seeing a lot of camo happening like in the streetwear sector, and I really liked it, and I thought it was, again, that's kind of like, to me, polka dots and stripes, things that, just a print that will always be a thing, has always been a thing. Like, it's obviously classic, but I've just been seeing it a lot more, again, kind of like polka dots. Super shapeful trousers, and specifically like a capri trouser, and I think that this is something that we've seen a lot of, like the Bermuda short and the, capris in general throughout the whole summer, but I think moving into the fall, styling them with boots and things, I love the look of that, and I think it's super cool, and it's something that I probably didn't always love the look of, right? I think it's actually something that kind of reminds me of pirates in a way, which I think I've been seeing a lot of as well, just like pirate, I don't want to even say pirate core, but just pirate silhouettes and, pirate kind of style tops and things. And something that feels very piratey are actually those Free People bloomers that were so big all summer and that I love so much, but I've been seeing those styled with like even knee-high socks and things like that. And I'm like, it's so pirate to me, and I love that. What's that one movie? No, it's Hook. I would always want to say Peter Pan, but it's Hook. One thing that I am very excited to try out that I feel like I have before, kind of like microdosed it in a way, and I want to macrodose it, but socks with heels. Just like whether it's knee-high socks, shorter socks, leg warmers I've been seeing a lot of, or like the cut-off socks, like the Miu Miu, how they have it cut off at the toe, so you can wear them with like peep toe heels too. One thing that is major on my list is a large bowling bag style bag. I don't actually have, I want one in the shape. Remember that one collection we went to Target, you and Dad together, and we tried it on. I looked at the bowling bag there. I never ended up getting it, and it's kind of haunted me ever since. This was like years ago, mind you. I've seen them in so many different colorways, but I really like a rich toned one, like a rich tone leather or shiny leather like this. I think that they just add such like a, it's so effortless and it feels like a big tote bag, but it's a little bit more unique than that to me. I feel like I have so many like rectangle and square bags that kind of just stands out a little bit. You guys, I just went crazy on eBay last night. So, you know, I really consistently do think about this one photo. I think it's from a Sandy Liang fashion show, and she's wearing like a trench coat kind of like this, but it had a really cute little collar, and she had like this statement necklace on, and it reminded me of like a bubble bar necklace or something, or Sugar Fix. And so I've been searching for something like that on eBay. I found one bubble bar one for like $77. I'm like, fuck that, no. So I kept trying to find other ones that were similar, and I found these and I bought them, and I'm so excited to try them. Again, something about it with a trench coat, and if I had a trench coat that had the Peter Pan or like the very soft rounded collar, I think it would be great. Any sort of embellishment. You know who I think does it really great is Caro Editions. I talk about them, I think, in every single trends video for the past couple of years, but they are such a huge inspiration to me, especially going into the fall time. I want to have a Caro Editions fall. I feel like they're everything good that I've been talking about, like, again, whims, quirkiness, everything, while still feeling very classic in a way. And so that's a side note, but I thought I'd mention it because I love them so much, and they just give like the best styling inspiration. Been talking about this one a lot too, but it's something that I still have on my list. But double-breasted jackets or peacoats going into the fall time, amazing. I did just find this one toggle jacket, and it is great. I found it on eBay, and I'm so excited to wear it. And so toggles and double-breasted, any sort of thing going on here with like a peacoat again or a wool coat, funnel necks with a little button here. Who has it? I think it's Arquette has this one that I've been like eyeing for so long, and I just love how people style it really simply, and I can't, like, it's very much so a Pinterest thing, and I feel like I've been seeing a lot of just like a big bag, you know, and a skirt or something. I love that. Tunic is a word that I feel like I haven't really used in a long time, to be honest, but a tunic is something that I've been seeing a lot of lately, and I really think when the way I've been seeing them styled is very similar to how I see skirts over pants styled, or I guess it kind of, what I mean is it gives me the idea of a skirt over a pants or a skirt over a dress or whatever layered, but it being a shirt, and I feel like it maybe is a more wearable version of that. And I love a play on length, and I actually think something that also is really similar to this is the scarves being tied around the waist, which we've been seeing a lot of all summer. I've been talking about it, but also going into the fall with trench coats and things like that. I feel like I also have talked about this, but anything around the waist that's just adding some sort of interest to like your midsection and your like hips area and things. I love that. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what it's really great for is someone like me who has a lot of thrifted jackets. Like, I have a lot of thrifted trench coats and things, and you don't always get coats that have the belt still attached to them. And I'm like, this is a great way to still be able to like kind of cinch your waist, and if you wanted that, or add some sort of beltage there without actually, you know, having the belt to your things, or if you just lose your belts like I do, I think that's kind of a fun way to replace that. One that is all over everywhere, I feel like you can find anywhere, whether it's on eBay. I have a few from eBay, barn coats, but I've also been seeing them at just like Old Navy, Banana Republic, J. Crew, you know, obviously, but very accessible to get, I feel like, you know, anywhere you look. I just love a barn jacket. I love a workwear jacket. I grew up wearing barn jackets to like the barn, and so I've kind of always loved that idea. But then I love things like that where you wear them for one thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, I can like dress them up? Oh, okay. Kind of like soccer jerseys. I never thought I would have ever dressed up a soccer jersey, you know what I mean? And styling them with lace and frilly pieces, tutus even, just like really cutesy things to balance those two, I think is really fun. But also just with a pair of jeans and flats, I think is really cute. Also, rain jackets, which are very similar to that. Very functional, obviously, and something that I necessarily wouldn't say or would have ever thought to say as a trend. But again, you guys, that Dom's Matter one, it's here for pre-order, just letting you guys know, because I know some of you guys were also looking for it. I love this jacket so much, and I am going to pre-order, and I'm going to style it with skirts and really cute little fun things, and I think it's going to be really cute. So anything like that. Yes, I'm going to put ponchos and capes. I still love mine. I have a collection growing. I am looking to add to it because that is how often I wear them in the fall and the winter time. I just think that they are so comfortable and cozy. Also, the cape version of jackets, I actually thrifted a trench one last year with you guys, and I'm so excited to wear it. And so things like that, I've just been seeing a lot of cape jackets lately. Who did I just recently see? I can't remember. I really love olive green right now going into the fall, and that's something that's kind of, again, it's like a pretty consistent fall color like that is. No, maybe more quintessential fall color, olive green, whatever. But I did just order the Cezanne trench coat. I do have it in tan. You guys know how much I love the Clyde trench coat. I wanted it in a different color and I couldn't decide if I wanted black or this olive green. And I went for the funkier version, which I don't normally do. I normally try to, like, if I'm getting something that's an investment piece, I want it to be like, I know I'll always love a black jacket. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like olive green is also a classic that I don't think that I will get bored of. So it's something that I didn't have in my collection already, like a olive green jacket like that. And so I'm very excited about that. Nonetheless, styling it, what I was trying to get at with that, I want to style it with really cute colors. I feel like something like this pink would be really cute. I want to really play around with that. I feel like I have a lot of colorful tights, which I talk about all the time, is such a great way to play with color because tights are inexpensive. They're kind of more low effort. You just put them on and they either work or don't, and way less of a commitment. So I always like recommend if you're trying to play around with color, tights are so fun. And so I think that's how I'm going to personally do it with especially like that jacket and playing around with colors and seeing what I like with it. And I'm also super, super excited for my apartment coat. It's almost apartment coat season, and I put it on here because I've been seeing a lot of just, in general, that kind of graphic style of design from Lyrica Matoshi, of course, the one who really brought it into my eyeline. But I've also been seeing it again on Sandy Liang, which I reference a ton because I love her designs so much. So those are kind of all of my things. I have noticed, like, I didn't talk all day, and then I sat down. I was like, I think my voice is kind of gone. My brother and sister-in-law got married this weekend, which also explains my absence on this channel. I have been so bad. I'll talk to you guys about it in a vlog at some point, but my brain was all over the place and we were obviously just like really busy the past week. So I apologize for that, and I'm so sorry for the lack of videos and vlogs and things. We are back and I should be pretty good now. So make sure you stick around and subscribe if you liked this video and you like my trend predictions. And I would love to hear your predictions down below. Also, what are you just looking forward to wearing, whether it's a trend or not? I feel like, you know, we all have those things where you're just like looking in your closet the whole summer and you're like, I can't wait to wear you. And that's how I feel with a lot of the things. Looking on my floor right now. I have to do a closet clean out, you guys, too, soon. Like, we are going to, like, organize my closet, you know? So, talk to you next time. I love you guys. Bye!